Shalom, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honor to the elders, a great millstone who taught me this truth. A sincere Shalom, Labakariim, Shah, Yasha Allah. That's peace to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. And this sit down is going to be called Following Instructions. The etymology for instructions is an action or process of teaching. To teach, from the late Latin, arrange, to prepare, to set in order, to inform, to teach, to build. Instructions. Now, the instructions that we're ordered to follow is through the doctrine of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, which is going to lead us to a kingdom. We're full aware that wisdom leadeth unto a kingdom. And the Lord seals these instructions through the angels of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. But if you're not able to retain these instructions and hold on, that's just doing yourself a disservice, which is going to lead you down the wrong road, down the road of destruction. This is Proverbs 1 verse 2. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding. Now, this wisdom and understanding stands alongside of these instructions. But what goes before the instructions, which is most important, is the fear. Now, you will never be able to receive these instructions without the fear of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. This is Sirach 1 verse 27. For the fear of Yahweh is wisdom and instructions. So the fear goes before anything. And that fear keeps you in order. It builds up your wisdom. Because the Lord is not giving out wisdom to men that don't fear him. And to receive the wisdom, you must follow instructions. For the fear of Yahweh is wisdom and instructions, and faith and meekness are his delight. So all that comes from the men that he sets up. Because how should they believe? How should they hear without a teacher? So when these lessons are going out, when you're receiving instructions from your camp leaders that's in the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, it's mandatory. It's like air, breathing air, that you listen and take heed, because these instructions are coming from heaven. This is Sirach 8 verse 8. Despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs. For of them thou shalt learn instructions. And the wise are the men that was brought into this knowledge before us. That would be called our elders. Now we're blessed to be led to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah's men, which would be the apostles, bishops, and elders, a great millstone at this time. And we receive these instructions via internet. And we pay attention and we take notes and we receive mental notes. You know, this internet at this time is everything. It's a major tool in the instructing of the hopeful elect. So you can't miss the discourse of your elders, because the instructions are just coming through this unicorn. And how to serve great men with ease. Miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learn of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, to give answer as needed, as instructed. Now we're going to go deal with an example of following precise instructions. This is Genesis 6. The Lord is very serious about his order. And you know, when you go into 1 Corinthians 14 and 40, it tells you that the Lord does everything decently and in order. And to receive instructions its correct order. This is Genesis 6 and 13. And Yahweh said unto Noah, the word Noah means comfort. The end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of joppa wood. Rooms shalt thou make in the ark. Thou shalt pitch it within and without with pitch. These are instructions, precise. Noah had to follow this blueprint to the T. He wasn't the only one. Moses received the pattern, and so did King David, who in turn gave it to King Solomon. And these were patterns on how to build the tabernacle, the temporary tabernacle, and the temple. But Noah, this ark was the saving of 8 souls, as well as the animals that was creeping upon the earth at the time that the Lord was sparing to rebuild. So he had to build this ark precisely. He can't miss an inch. You can't overdo it. You can't underdo it. It must be built according to instructions. Make thee an ark of joppa wood. Rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shall pitch it within and without with pitch. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make of it. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, the height of it 30 cubits. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit thou shalt furnish it above. And the door of the ark thou shalt set in the side thereof. With lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh. Where is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. So this was a capsule, a safe haven for Noah. So you can imagine how serious this was. He was building an ark to salvation. So he had to follow this blueprint. He couldn't do his own thing. He couldn't receive these instructions about the levels, the windows, the door, the rooms, and then say, I'm going to make a personal balcony for me to look over when I get tired. Or I'm going to build me a boom room. Nah, that's not how it go. When you come into this truth, now you set up by the Holy Spirit through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, you need to fall in order and receive instructions. The instructions is here to save your soul. Let's jump down to Genesis 6, verse 22. Thus did Noah, according to all that Yahweh commanded him, so he did. He received these instructions. Once again, the definition for instructions: action of process of teachings. So these instructions, these teachings, you must receive at this time. This is Psalms 50, verse 17. Seeing thou hast instructions and hast cast my words behind thee. This is not what you want to do. This is a mind of an Edomite or rebellious Israelite. They're called the 2/3 for a reason. The heathen. They receive the instructions. They have the book. They don't have the Holy Spirit, but they do have the book. And they cast the words behind them. Don't come into this truth and you're standing before the men of the Lord. You're listening to the true apostles of planet Earth, the leaders of planet Earth at this time. And then you stray off, throw the instruction behind you, which include the names, and start doing your own thing. That's not how it works. This is Proverbs 1 verse 2. To know wisdom and instructions. Remember, that starts with the fear. So why would we cast these instructions to salvation that's leading us down the right path behind us? When to know wisdom and instructions, to perceive the words of understanding. That's what the Holy Spirit does for the elect at this time. We're not playing games with this. to receive the instructions of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equality. Proverbs 1:7. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So if you can't take orders, if somebody in camp give you orders, there's a setup that's laid out before you even enter camp, before the Lord even activated you. And when you activate and the Lord give you that permission and that honor to fall up under the camp or fall up under some leaders, and you go out of order, you despise wisdom and instructions. Your job is to fall in line. And the instructions are set so that it can keep people from doing their own thing and going their own way. That's why he's called the shepherd. Let's get that. St. John's 10. The Lord is the shepherd for a reason. My sheep hear my voice and they follow me. That's instructions. This is John's 10:1, the parable of the sheepfold. Now, mind you, sheep are in order. They're in order and they have a shepherd, and it's a pastor. Okay? Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold. So that's the instructions. You gotta enter the door. There's only one door. Who's that door? Yahushua. And he set up men on planet Earth to follow at this time. Paul said, be ye a follower of me, as I also am of Hamashiach. So there's men to follow. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua has made it easy for his men at this time. So verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way. So you're not receiving the instructions. You're doing your own thing. The Lord didn't say use gloves and a rope to get through this door. He didn't say that. He didn't say get a fast car and do 100 miles per hour into this door. There's instructions and everybody got to go one at a time. But climbeth up some other way, the same as a thief and a robber. And the Lord considers you a thief and a robber. And what do you do to thieves and robbers? And you lock them up. You discard them. You cannot trust a thief. You definitely can't trust a robber. Okay? But he that entereth in by the door, how do you enter in? With the instructions. Is the sheepfold is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice. And he call his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow them, because the sheep are in order. They following the instructions. And Yahushua, that's the true shepherd, he has instructions from Yahweh. Yahushua is not doing his own thing. He's following instructions. So how do you think you're going to come in this and not follow instructions of the men of the Lord when Yahushua himself is under orders? You're under orders when you're activated into this truth. So Yahushua goes first, then we as the sheep we follow. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him. For they know his voice. And we hear the voice how? Through our leaders. We receive these instructions. It says, and a stranger they will not follow. So if there's any other instructions that's not geared up, right, or engraved into the spirit of the elect, hey, the elect going to know that, and they not going to follow. It's a reason why we're following the apostles of Great Millstone at this time. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of a stranger. And that's those instructions that the world perceives they're following, which they're going to walk down the road of the MOTB. But we going to stay on this path. I'm going to end it right here. This is Proverbs 4 verse 1. Hear, ye children, the instructions of a father, and attend to no understanding. And the true Father is Yahweh, and his Son is Yahweh Shai. And the Lord set up men at this time to lead the hopeful elect unto salvation if you can receive the instructions and follow correctly through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. A sincere Shalom, Labakarium, Shah Yasha Allah. That's peace to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.